A new environment protection deal between Cuba and the United States affords an unprecedented opportunity for the scientists and managers of protected areas to collaborate. That's according to U.S. Undersecretary of Commerce for Oceans and Atmosphere, Kathryn Sullivan. Both countries, having signed the document, have now agreed to cooperate on environment protection. Under the deal, there will be collaborative work on the conservation of protected marine areas, including the Guanahacabibes National Park on the west of the island of Cuba, and the U.S. Flower Garden Banks and Florida Key Sanctuaries, as well as the Dry Tortugas and Biscayne Bay National Parks.
We understand that this document marks the beginning of a sustained process of exchange which allows us to develop scientific investigations and share good practices for the handling and conservation of areas identified as holding a common interest, for beneficial cooperation between our nations, the region, and the world.
This is one of the most exciting results of the newly opened relationship between the United States and Cuba. It affords us an unprecedented opportunity for the scientists and managers in our protected areas to collaborate. Working together and learning together, we can develop the best ways to protect some of the world's most outstanding marine environments for generations to come.
And the Cuban government has blamed the United States for having over 8,000 Cuban nationals stuck at Central American border crossings trying to reach the U.S., where Cubans receive special treatment. According to what authorities in the islands say, it's a Cold War-era immigration law. Cubans are welcomed in the U.S. without a visa and get a permanent residence with relative ease. Cuban migration has increased as locals anticipate a possible end to the preferential treatment due to the renewal of diplomatic ties. But Nicaragua closed its borders with Costa Rica on Sunday in an attempt to stop them.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs wants to emphasize that these citizens are victims of the politicization of the issue of migration by the U.S. government, of the Cuban Adjustment Act, and in particular of the so-called wet foot, dry foot policy, which confers specific treatment on the Cuban people.